in severe legal consequences, revealing broader societal issues that contribute to juvenile delinquency. These scenarios demand a comprehensive analysis of the environments fostering such affiliations. Conrad Schaefer's case further complicates our understanding of youth crime, as he employed a semi-automatic rifle, resulting in the tragic deaths of 2 individuals. His actions not only instilled fear within the community but also prompted significant legal repercussions, necessitating a discussion on the regulations surrounding firearm access for minors. Similarly, the case of Martus Fuller, charged with the murder of his ex-girlfriend, illustrates a disturbing emotional detachment during the trial. Despite his eventual apology, the gravity of his crime and the corresponding jury verdict overshadowed his contrition, suggesting a need to examine the psychological factors influencing such detached behaviors. Both Fuller's and Spencer's cases highlight a wider and pressing concern regarding juvenile crime, coupled with the legal system's ongoing struggle to strike an appropriate balance between justice and rehabilitation for young offenders. The imposition of life sentences in such cases indicates the increasing recognition of the severity of their actions. The shocking case of Jennifer Mee, infamously known for her viral hiccups, took a harrowing turn as she resorted to robbery and murder in her quest for fame, ultimately leading to a life sentence without the possibility of parole. This remarkable transformation raises critical inquiries regarding her mental state and the societal pressures that may have influenced such drastic actions. Meanwhile, Alyssa Bustamante's case presents an even darker narrative, as this troubled teenager committed a heinous crime against her neighbor, displaying an alarming lack of remorse in the aftermath. Her chilling demeanor during the trial sent shockwaves through the community, compelling us to consider the psychological underpinnings of such violent behavior. The case of Nicholas Cruz, the perpetrator of the Parkland school shooting, starkly highlights the unsettling behaviors exhibited during his sentencing phase that shocked attendees. This case not only underscores the disturbing prevalence of youth violence in contemporary society, but also intensifies the discourse surrounding mental health support for troubled youth. Cruz's acceptance of guilt contrasted sharply with his apparent lack of remorse during sentencing, provoking significant anger among the families of the victims who sought justice for the tragic loss. His automatic life sentence epitomizes the limitations of the current legal system in addressing the complexities of youth violence and accountability. In contrast to Cruz, Kendra Cook displayed a notable expression of remorse in court, as she grappled with the consequences of her role in a robbery. Her plea deal raises important discussions regarding the complexities of legal outcomes for different offenders, emphasizing the need for a nuanced approach to juvenile justice. The case of DeWright exemplifies how some defendants exhibit a shocking indifference to the suffering of their victims, provoking outrage from both families and the judicial system. Wright's flippant attitude during his sentencing exacerbates the emotional toll on victims' families, necessitating a closer examination of accountability in the sentencing process. Antonio Barbo and Nathan Pop's conspiracy to murder Antonio's great-grandmother serves as a stark example of how misguided influences can lead youth to commit unspeakable acts. The community's shock at their remorseless actions highlights the urgent need for preventative measures that address the root causes of such violent behavior. In another disturbing turn, Matthew Borges was convicted for the brutal murder and decapitation of a classmate, with his eerie lack of emotion during the trial raising critical questions about his mental state. Such cases compel us to confront the intersections of mental health and the capacity for violence among youth. Dylan Schumer's trial takes a different approach, where he seemingly attempted to manipulate the emotions of the jury. His case illustrates the unpredictable nature of youth within the legal system, highlighting the challenges faced by legal professionals in discerning genuine remorse from calculated performances. Schumer's case tragically involved the death of a toddler, leading to charges of murder and child abuse. His behavior in the courtroom prompted critical questions regarding the authenticity of his feelings and the broader implications of such actions on our understanding of juvenile justice. Both Schumer's and Cruz's cases crystallize societal concerns surrounding juvenile delinquency, particularly regarding the adequacy of the justice system in addressing young offenders. The differing sentences rendered in such serious crimes further highlight the legal complexities that must be navigated in these delicate situations. The case of Jackson, who murdered a college student during a robbery, starkly emphasizes the reckless nature of youth violence. His shockingly unrepentant demeanor in court exacerbated the already tense situation, reflecting a troubling trend seen in some juvenile cases. The subsequent sentencing of Jackson reveals chaotic scenes within the courtroom, as family members express their fears and anger towards the perpetrator. Such reactions underscore the profound emotional impact that these violent crimes have on victims' families and the broader community. The case involving Sierra HDH and Aaron Guerrero further complicates the discourse on juvenile crime. Sierra's allegations of abuse from her father add layers of complexity to their narrative, forcing us to reconsider the dynamics of familial violence and its implications within the legal context. The contrasting reactions of Sierra and Aaron during their sentencing sessions underscore profound questions about guilt, remorse, and the psychological states of young offenders. As we examine these cases, it becomes increasingly clear that understanding the emotional landscape of these youths is essential for an effective legal response.